Do you want to know what happens when you use your fingers every day? Today is March 2nd, 2023. And about 2 months ago, I started using my fingers every day. I would climb one day and then do finger training the next day along with general upper body bullshit. And I repeated this cycle every day. My name is Chang, and here's what happened.
I got thick fingers.
I was in up to here.
Ow!
But first, why did I decide to do this? Well, I often heard from multiple climbers that they would climb 7 days straight or longer with no rest days. And at the higher level, climbers practically train every day. Same with many athletes in multiple fields such as MMA, basketball, and even esports. So I thought I should give this a try. Before this though, I did 2 days on and 1 day off. And I was steadily progressing with this method with no major road bumps. But I felt like I could do more. So I did. And what happened? Was I always sore? Did my tendons snap? Did I injure myself? And before I can answer that, you gotta kinda know the way that I trained during these 2 months. On climbing days, I climb either on the home wall or at a gym. And I never projected anything seriously. I basically climbed to make sure I knew how to climb. And climbing days, in my opinion, were almost like resting days for me. They ran anywhere from 1 to 4 hours and averaged 2.5 hours, give or take. On my training day, that was when I really pushed my fingers. Along with this, I also pushed myself on the pull-ups and did some antagonistic work as well. These sessions ran about an hour or so, and thus I repeated this cycle up till now. So what happened? Was I always sore? Did my tendons snap? Did I injure myself? And the answer is no. Rather, my fingers became stronger, my tendons felt great, and so did my elbows. The act of loading my body every day just made my body feel good every day. Now, feeling good doesn't mean feeling strong. I had climbing days where I felt incredibly weak for my standards, but felt incredibly good in terms of my body. This isn't to say that my fingers from my body never became sore. They definitely did, specifically my fingers after a long climbing session. And I would say the most noticeable thing about using my fingers every day was my fingers more or less always felt good when it came time to use them. I would climb, go to sleep. Oh wow, they're ready to be used again. I would train, go to sleep. Oh wow, they're ready to be used again. The rate that my fingers recovered was very adequate. The second thing that I noticed was that my climbing stamina just became endless. The only reason why I would end a climbing session was just because I feel like I'd done enough climbing or that my skin was obliterated. The third thing was that my skin wasn't that bad, partly due to me only climbing every other day, but I feel like my skin healed pretty quickly, and this is totally anecdotal though. And the last thing I noticed was I didn't need a 100% body to do hard climbs. I was still crushing it in the gym. I was still crushing my training session, and my intensity was still around the level or higher than when I did 2 days on and 1 day off. I found out that I really don't need a rest day. And so I decided to look at climbing and training more as something natural to do, like walking, morning jogs, stretching, or eating food. Recently, I went on a climbing trip for 4 days, and I considered that just rest from my board training and pull-ups. And you know what? I came back from that climbing trip feeling excellent. And I proceeded to crush it on the pull-ups. But that's just me and how I like to think about climbing and exercise in my experience. I obviously don't recommend this for a total beginner, but maybe if you're a little bit further down along the road, you should definitely give it a shot, see what happens. That's been the video, and I'll see you next time, partner. Peace.